that life should be permanent, and it's not. That's what we think. And I know that we think this because every culture that has ever existed has posited the existence of the afterlife. This is not unique to Christianity. In fact, Christianity uniquely is the worldview that affirms the reality of death, that refuses to engage in wishful thinking, as the teacher himself will model. But every culture that has ever existed has believed that death does not bring an end. So in Western societies, it's this concept that we have of heaven and hell, or maybe the concept of purgatory if you're Catholic, that type of thing. In Eastern societies, it has to do with rebirth, reincarnation. Or if you're exceptionally wise, then you escape the cycle of reincarnation and you reach the state of nirvana or whatever that may be. In other societies around the world, it's the place of the ancestors. But universally, the specifics differ, but what every human being refuses to believe together is that death brings an actual end. And so the point that's plain for anybody to see is that humans, by and large, insist on believing that life, in some sense, has to be permanent. God has put eternity into the heart of man, yet so that he can't figure it out. And this is why we view time as such a tyrant. We know that eternity exists, but we can't reckon with it. Now, the contrast that the teacher gives is that the work of God is eternal. Verse 14, I perceive that whatever God does endures forever. Nothing can be added to it nor taken away from it. God has done it so that people fear before him. Now, this creates a very powerful contrast within the human heart that we cannot reckon with, and so we do everything we can to repress. And the contrast is this: God is eternal, and we are not. God is eternal. What God does is permanent and cannot be revoked by any force outside of him. What God does is complete and needs nothing added to it. And what God does is secure and cannot be robbed from. And so we can think about God, even just in the abstract sense. God is, by definition, at least part of the definition, that which is eternal. And we're aware that that's out there somewhere, and then we're aware that we are not it.